A common question people have is, how can my family avoid probate? The first thing to understand is that there are two types of probate. There's administrative probate and judicial probate. It's very easy to avoid judicial probate, and that is by drafting your estate planning documents. Only those who do not have a will or a trust go into judicial probate. Administrative probate is different, though. Administrative probate is what happens when a person dies with a will. If a person dies with a will, a personal representative is appointed and they must file the will with the court. The court oversees how the assets are distributed. The personal representative, though, is in control of how it is done. So how can that be avoided? The primary way to avoid administrative probate is to set up a trust. By placing your assets, both tangible personal property, real property, in a trust, the court does not become involved in how the assets are distributed. The trust is a roadmap that you have designed as to how you wish your assets to be created. You have heard me use the terms personal representative, executor, trustee. Let's talk about what they mean. In Maryland, an executor is a personal representative. The personal representative is the person you have chosen to oversee how your assets are distributed. A trustee is the person you have named in your trust to, again, follow the roadmap that you have outlined as to how your assets are to be distributed. So how do you pick this person? You're asking a lot of them. This is something that we discuss extensively at Z Family Law. How you choose this person is a very personal decision. You have to think of the attributes of the people, the family dynamics, many factors go into it. And at Z Family Law, we are happy to discuss this with you. What is administrative probate? So your personal representative will be in charge of ensuring that the dictates of your will are followed. The court requires appraisals of all the property to be distributed. For example, if there's a house to be sold, the personal representative will have to go and obtain an appraisal of the house. This is a common mistake made. People don't realize that they need to get an appraisal as of the date of death, not as of the date of sale. This is just an example of one of the small yet important details that are involved in administrative probate. Administrative probate isn't a bad thing. It is just time-consuming. The personal representative has to pay close attention to the rules and procedure of Maryland law. They'll have to fill out the appropriate forms in the appropriate way. There is accounting to be completed, there are documents to be drafted and filed with the court at the appropriate time within the appropriate time limits. Administrative probate isn't incredibly difficult, but it is time-consuming and can take an emotional toll upon the personal representative. People often wonder, why is there probate? Why is the court involved with the distribution of assets? It's actually to protect you. The court wants to make sure that the person who passed, that their wishes are followed, that how they wish to have their property disposed of is respected. This, unfortunately, requires court oversight. If you have questions about this process, at Z Family Law, we're happy to discuss them with you. Please reach out to us so we can help you create a legacy of love for your family.